Like a craft beer through a pint glass, these are the gays of our lives. A show where Lisa and Avery get out their gay decoder rings to decipher the gay alphabet and bridge the gap between the older and younger LGBTQ community and everyone fucking else. And now here are your hosts, Lisa and Avery. Don't blame them.
Hey guys, it's Lisa.
And this is Avery, and this week we are actually going to do a special kind of in-house interview with our, what did we say, director of
social media or head of social media? Director of social media. She likes that.
Yeah.
Victoria.
This happens when you let a 19-year-old pick their own title. They're the director.
Hey, you guys said it first. I just agreed.
That's true. As much as she does, I'll let her pick her title.
Like you said, my Indeed's going to blow up, so it's going to
Director
I'm telling you,
of
that
social
LinkedIn,
media.
they're going to be like,
Yeah,
whoa.
Director of social media, 19.
It's amazing. Love the title.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I tried.
So, you came to us just recently to help us out, and
Well, actually, how did that happen? I think is the best place to start.
So,
How did you
I
two?
met Lisa my sophomore year of high school through our church. My mom ran the outreach ministry, so we went downtown to feed the homeless, and we just connected. I don't know how I connected with a Michigan fan, but we connected.
well,
somehow.
I actually know.
Are you
Remember,
like-
it was a day that my legs wouldn't work.
Yes,
And they had to go get the car.
Yes, and I sat with her because she couldn't walk, so we sat at the bench, and they went and got the car, and we just headed off, and talked it out and everything.
Were you out then?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I came out my freshman year.
Oh, jeez, you came out young.
Man, I wasn't really ready either. When I tell you I was not ready, it was so, my friends
What
knew.
pushed you to do it?
So, I've been out to my friends since, 7th grade, I want to say. But my mom and we kind of had a rocky relationship when it comes to it. So, I didn't really come out to her till I was a freshman. I'm really dramatic. So, that was when...
I never noticed that.
Never. I was actually born in the week of the theater, so kind of.
What does that mean?
Like
I
the
don't know.
retrograde, the stars, all that weird science stuff. Yeah, my mom told me about it, so.
So it's real. Okay, no,
Yeah,
we're
it's
good,
real.
we're good. No, I just want to make sure it came from something.
Yeah, but the
Something
the
made
song
up.
"Same Love" by Macklemore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was playing that song, and my friend was like, "You should tell your mom." So I wrote this emotional letter to my mom while playing the song in the background because I'm dramatic. And then, because everyone,
Well, you were like a teenager too, like
yeah,
your hormones
so I
are
was
raging.
just, yeah,
Still
I was
dramatic.
just
Don't
like,
even-
oh my
Because
god.
she's still a teenager.
Yeah, she's still
Yeah,
dramatic.
dude, I grew up watching Lifetime. I was ready. I was prepared for
man.
this moment. I was
I bet
ready.
you love like the Fosters or something.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
Don't get me started.
They're good. It's good, though.
But so every morning my mom woke me up from school. I had the biggest room in the house. I actually had the dining room. We turned it into a bedroom because I had so many siblings in the house,
that's
and we had to So I had posted the picture on a thumbtack above my light switch. So when she came in, she would see it. And I remember I didn't sleep that whole night. I was up till 7 o'clock in the morning when it was time for me to wake up, and I sat there in my bed. I heard the door open, and she paused. I didn't see the light turn on yet. She turned it on. I hear her touch the paper, and she's just reading it. I look over. She looks at me, and she goes, "I still love you." And I was like, ah. And then she walked out. I got ready for school. I was at the bus stop a whole 30 minutes before because I didn't want, it was kind of awkward. I was like, I don't know if she actually approves of it. Yeah. So, I was at the bus stop a whole 45 minutes before I had to be there. She drives by the bus stop, "I still love you," again. And I was like, okay, so, but yeah, it was intense only because I made it intense.
Right.
I grew up in a Christian home. We went to church every Sunday. I got baptized my sophomore year. My sister got baptized when she was 9. So it was kind of like we grew up in a way where we learned to accept people for who they are, but at the same time we were still a very strict Christian home. So I have a gay cousin and a gay uncle that I'm really close with. So they kind of helped with me talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you said back in 7th grade?
Yeah, 7th grade is when I was experimenting 7th grade. Because I've always been more of the risky person where it was like, hey, you're cute. But I didn't want to
I love Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because 7th grade was when a lot of people. 2012 was kind of the year where a lot of my friends were experimenting more.
Wait a minute.
So.
When?
2012, 2013.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, no.
Arguably the funny thing is I was experimenting at that time too, but I'm a good 7 years older.
Yeah, but
So.
never mind. Okay, go ahead.
But I mean, it was honestly the year
12.
of like when I first knew what the word gay meant. So it was kind of like, this is what I want to be, but I'm not sure if this is what I really am. You know, it's kind of like, it was weird. My mom's closest friend who lived with us, she was a lesbian, and I didn't really understand it until 7th grade when I was talking to her. I spent more time with her, and I was able to actually understand, like, hey, she doesn't like men, and that's okay. Because, I mean, growing up, I'd never really confronted it, because I didn't know my uncle was gay until 7th grade. So I didn't really, I didn't really have family members that were openly talking to me about it because they weren't ready to talk to me about it. So it was kind of like I had to just adjust as it happened. So, yeah, I guess 7th grade is when I really was like, yeah, I like girls.
Maybe, okay.
Well, before 7th grade, I liked girls, but that's when I was like, yeah, this is what it is. You're definitely only a girl person. Like, you're not. But, actually, I had a boyfriend freshman year when I came out to my mom, which is why I feel like she was kind of confused.
Yeah.
She was like, girl, what?
But I think that threw my parents off, too, because I had just finished dating a guy, but really, like, I ended it because it was like, I clearly don't like this.
Yeah,
you know?
That's the thing. That's where I kind of got confused, because it wasn't like I didn't like him. It was just like, you're not
I'm not that
type.
into him.
Yeah, no, like, because, like, he was a really nice person. There wasn't nothing wrong with him. It was just like, you're not a girl. So it's kind of like, I don't know why we keep... I was in marching band, too, and that's a real cliche. So I was just like, we're just gonna... He was in drumline, too, so I was like, let's just go along with the play. Let's just keep going with it. And then I was like, no...
It's funny,
I kind of have to girl who's a flute player, so let me just...
Right, and then you're, like, staring at color guards sometimes.
No, seriously, like, I played the flute, and we danced by the color guards, so I'd just be like, okay, maybe I'm not into it.
You played the flute?
I played the saxophone, but they actually had me switch to flute because we had too many saxophones.
See, I was a drummer.
Honestly,
I didn't even
play it. I just pretended to play.
Who are you?
I like the violin. I still love the violin. Don't even like that is a perfectly suitable instrument just because you can't march with it. Okay.
You were in the marching band with a violin.
No, I wasn't in the marching band.
Oh, that's right. That's when we were talking about marching band.
That's what I'm saying though. Like that's because it's still a good instrument.
It's not a marching
We'll let him
band.
have it.
Why would?
All right.
My uncle plays the violin. He's gay, so we'll let you have it. It's good.
I was president of the debate team. I don't need this.
So was I.
Woo!
So, your mom, ever since then, of course, is very cool about it. I mean, she's accepting
cool about
of you.
it, but my mom is one of those moms where she's like, don't bring none of that gay shit home from Pride. She's loving. No, don't get me wrong. Like, she loves me for who I am, but she's just like, she doesn't want you to rush it onto her. Because she grew up with a gay brother, but it was kind of like, it's different when it's your child, I guess. Because, she didn't really picture me being like that, being gay when I was older, so.
My mom actually said something really similar to me lately. Like, it was like, basically, I expected and I wanted something different, but she's like, I didn't really leave enough room for you. So I think it's like, our parents just kind of have to learn to make room for us to be ourselves.
She makes sure she tells me that she loves me regardless anyways. Like Mother's Day, I wrote a whole post about
and, her mom and I get along because we are closer in age.
My mom's best friend is a lesbian, so it's kind of like she's not accepting. It's just she wasn't. Like I said, she had a picture of how she wanted me to be.
Exactly. My mom was like that too. I mean, they actually were like, oh, it's just a phase, because this was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And it was just a phase, and this boy liked me, and they're like, see, you should date him. So I tried, and I'm like, no, it's not, no.
I mean, she
was
makes
nice.
We have our little inside jokes.
Yeah.
Some of them are a little funnier than others. Some of them aren't so funny. But, I love my mom.
She just doesn't want you to throw it in her face.
No, she doesn't want me to bring all the girls home at night and, hey, this is my girlfriend from last week. But to be fair,
I think my dad also used to say stuff like, well, I don't need to know, like, all of it.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy is my dad was the one that I was more afraid to come out to. But he's the one that was like, oh, yeah, great, we can go to strip club now together. That's great. Let's go together. Like, that's how my dad is. My dad is just... My dad is so... Neither have I.
It's not a desire.
Especially not with my father. I'm okay. I'll pass.
Yeah, that would be... Ooh.
Not with my straight father, no. I'm okay. But, I was actually more scared to come out to my dad and my grandfather because they were just more... I was close to my grandfather, so it's kind of like I didn't want to disappoint him if he also had a different view of what he wanted. But they were both pretty accepting. My dad embraced it. He went and bought me a bunch of rainbow. It was too much. I was like, dude... Relax. I'm supposed to buy the rainbow stuff. You're supposed to just clap and be excited for me, not dive into it with me. But hey, I'll take any support.
But you know what? I feel like I always receive rainbow gifts, and like I never have to buy anything for myself. Like one of my friends bought me a rainbow tie.
Yes,
Like, you know what I mean?
A friend of mine got me a rainbow bow tie for my 16th birthday, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna wear this, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Because
Oh.
you need a
Enjoy the
stamp
wear.
so people know
I've
when you
got
walk
2
down
rainbow
the
bow
street.
ties and a rainbow regular tie. I've bought
Yeah, but half your closet is like the
gay
rainbow.
pride. Well,
Ugh.
hey, at the
You got-
rainbow run 2 years in a row, I won the most prideful female. So there you go.
Don't doubt
Where it
that.
counts, it matters. Eh?
I'm very prideful. I wear my gay pride stuff all the time. I've just always been loud and out.
I mean,
Out and loud, or whatever you want to say.
don't get me wrong, I'm like obviously out. It's just not one of those things where I feel like I have to try.
Oh
to
no, I was
you.
never flamboyant with it either. Like, I tried my hardest to cover it up because of my mom. Like, when she was home, I was wearing like the short shorts, the little tank tops. But when she was home, I was wearing basketball shorts. I was playing basketball in the backyard. No.
See,
You didn't want to. I didn't want to push it on her. I just felt like if she didn't accept it, I didn't want to be too disappointed because I knew who I was, but I didn't want to I didn't want to hide it. At the same time, I didn't want to force it on my mom.
well, that's respectable.
Yeah, no,
It really is. It's
because
respect for your mom.
Yeah, I love my mom. Can't do anything.
I
else.
didn't push it on my mom. But when I came out, I was like, "Hey, Kool-Aid man!" I mean, I was just boom, here I am.
Well,
But-
because my family, they've known. Trust me, my mom probably knew before I did. But
My
growing up gay and black, it's different because the black, it's common, but it's not always accepted. That's why people are always so scared of the black community to come out because they're afraid that their family's not accepted because of the way they were raised. You see what I'm saying? It just depends on where you are, honestly, and who's raised you. Because I have friends who are gay but aren't out because of their family, because they're afraid, and they're black. So it's kind of it just honestly it's not a cultural thing. It's more of a family thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. It's just honestly who it is.
Did you have any problems in school? Did anybody harass you for being gay in school?
No, before I was the class clown before I came out, so everyone already knew that if you had a joke with me, I had 2 jokes coming back at you. So I wasn't really worried. No, harassment was never a problem, but it was more with teachers where it came to okay, do I want to tell them that I don't like boys? Because again, honestly, it's where you are. Indiana's not really the best place to be gay, but Lawrence North was they were pretty open. I mean, it was just more of finding the right teacher to really connect with and be able to be open with. I had my debate teacher was my favorite teacher. I've known her since 8th grade. And she was always, so supportive of me doing what I wanted to do and just, backing me up in whatever I wanted to talk about, whatever I wanted to do. She was always the first person I would go to because she supported me no matter what. So it was more of just finding the right person to talk to about it.
Go ahead, I interrupted you.
Oh, your question totally led me off of what I was gonna say. So
sorry.
we're totally good. I'm good.
Well, there you go.
But no. So then I guess when it came, so you came out to your mom and she just said I still love you, right? And then obviously your dad was very supportive. Was there anyone that as far as your friends go, that was just oh, you're already there, go for it?
I don't think that. Because my friends knew too. My friends were the ones that were pushing me to come out. There was one friend.
Well, I guess when you were in 7th grade. I guess when you were
7th
first.
grade, and everyone was gay 7th grade. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was kind of yes, they were.
What does that mean?
Everyone was just, oh, I have a girlfriend. Oh, now I have a boyfriend. Oh, well, I want a girlfriend now.
It was just the cool thing to do.
It was a trend, honestly.
In 7th grade, I'm sorry, it's just so crazy
But
to me how much we progressed.
We grew up in the age of social media where everyone was coming out on Instagram, everyone was coming out on Facebook, and then Twitter happened, and it's oh, I can have 140 characters talk about why I'm gay. So it's kind of you evolve with social media. So when someone goes, oh, on Instagram, hey, I'm gay today, then the next person does it too, the next person does it too. But what actually confused me was people coming out as transgender. That's what kind of threw me off. That really threw me off in sophomore year. Because it was everyone was gay, and everyone that came out as lesbian or gay came out now as transgender. So it was did you really... It was confusing to me because I was so...
Well, to be fair, and I think it's just because, first of all, you're able to come out younger nowadays, but to really because I thought, oh, I'm gay, but then all of a sudden it's no, I'm a straight man. Yeah. I'm just in a woman's body. So it's just, so really, I can see, it's not a purposeful stair step, but I could just see that being a confusing
But you had more kids coming out as gay than you did
school.
Transgender in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Especially in Lawrence Township, because it was more of you were accepted. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how it was with Carmel. You're accepted, but they're not going to invite you to come to all the parties. They're not going to invite you to do it. You had your own little click.
Yeah, like you had to kind of like find your group.
See, that's so weird because I went to a very backwards school we had 125 kids in my class, and every party still, I mean, we just got back from Florida. We're still friends, all of us, and I never was excluded from anything.
I think growing up with people like you did, though, because, I mean, like you said, you've known them for so long. Yeah. I think that makes a big difference, too,
but it's just weird. Nobody, I mean, in the school, and being a smaller school, I would think it would be easier in your school because it's more of a melting pot of people, too.
Well, all of my friends are straight. I had maybe 2 or 3 friends that are in the LGBTQ plus community, but most of my friends were straight only because they like men. So it was kind of like I was the little boy of the group where I was able to talk to the boys all tough, and I was able to be like, don't mess with my friend or I'll beat you up. Like, I was that friend. I was the big brother of the group almost, because I mean, I gravitate to anyone who matches my energy. So whether it's a straight person or a gay person, if we can vibe together, that's fine. It doesn't matter your orientation, gender, whatever.
I like to think that's more of the culture nowadays too, for young people, that it's like young people. I'm young, but I mean, like, I feel like for like people around your age, I think I'm hoping that's just like more of the culture where like it's easier to come out because you do have a place, you know.
Because like I said, we're evolving with what's going on around us, so it's more today. It's more easy to accept someone than it is to push them away. At the same time, though, it's harder to understand where they're coming from, if that makes sense. Like with this whole Trump era thing, it's kind of hard to see someone's true colors. But all my friends I've known for most of my life. So just because you are a social media director, what's I guess, you know, like to you, like the biggest like social media like outlet? So we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. What do you think is the most effective as far as what you do? As far as what I do, for things like a podcast, Instagram is the best way to go. Yeah. Because they have IGTV, you're able to go live and all that. But
you
Twitter,
don't think it's YouTube?
YouTube, yes, only because YouTube is used so much today. Yeah. Back in the day, if you wanted to do a podcast, the best way to do it was just to put a video out, and maybe Facebook would have been better. But now YouTube, because you're making money off of YouTube. Yeah. Like people make a lot of money just posting a 30-minute video on YouTube.
Well, arguably, I feel like you could say a thing about Instagram. You know what I mean? Just because if you do get onto IGTV and then you do gain followers, I'm just saying, you know, just going off of
all of it.
Working with you guys has actually taught me to like really look into things, because like social media, there's so many things that you can do with it that up until working with you guys, I didn't even know you could do with it. Like IGTV, I had no clue how it worked up until like a month ago when you guys brought it up, and I was like, yeah, let me do it. Let's look.
We figured that one out.
Yeah. See?
No, but I'm saying I think it's cool. Well, that's one great thing about having you around, though, is it's kind of like, we don't know how to do this, but we want to do this. Go.
Like, we have to find somebody younger than us.
Oh, yeah.
Is it 45? I don't.
Well, and then even with my age group, I just act like an old man. Like, I don't.
That's the truth. You're in bed before I am at night.
I
told Lisa I was up to 2 o'clock in the morning last night on Facebook looking up how to get us on Facebook Watch. I was like, how do you do this? What is? I was like, oh my God, I need to stop, because I should know how to do this already. And I was like, this is too much. But yeah, it's really fun. It's exciting.
She's helped me learn a little bit about social media too. We figured some things out together.
She knows more about these softwares on her laptop than I do, so she's doing better than me.
Well, she also, thank God, gets some training and help. We do get a lot. That's it's nice. It's a good thing.
I get by a little help with my friends. That's for sure.
Right.
I can't do anything without my friends.
All the way through.
I know I did stutter, didn't I?
But
it happens.
So then I guess did you listen to our show or before you came on?
I listened to it before I came on. It was actually the week that Lisa texted me. I didn't know you guys had a podcast up until we became friends on Facebook, and she messaged me. I think the first one that I listened to was By the Way, the comedian from Bloomington.
Hello again.
That's the first one I listened to, and then she said, "You want to join the team?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I listened to all of them, and ever since then,
it's funny. We weren't even friends on Facebook because she helped, with the homeless, and I have switched churches, and so I hadn't seen her. And it was in people you may know, and I was like, hey, I remember her. Mm-hmm. And so I added her as a friend. I said,
and you just thought she'd be like a good.
No, and I asked her, I said, do you know anybody younger in your generation that would be able to, that knows a lot about social media, that would be able to help us? And she said, yeah, maybe. She goes, you know what, I could probably do it.
I was at work and I was like, why am I going to give someone else the best job in the world when I can do it myself? And now
I don't know about all that.
Now I got the director title.
I mean, no, I mean, honestly, we're lucky to have you. It's just funny because, like, for me, the whole story goes, Lisa was like, hey, I found us an intern. And I'm like, an intern for what? And she's like, to actually do our social media. And then I was like, cool. Like, you know. And here we are later. But really, like, it's good because then even just having you on set has been so helpful. And I really think you're a great help to Lisa because I think, you know, you obviously do a lot more running around than I'm able to do with, like, the job.
Like, I told her, like, this has been the best, like, 2 months of my life. I don't get out of my house. So I'm more of a homebody. I like to stay home and play video games.
I'm so the same
And
way.
she's forced me to just be able to get out my comfort zone and, like, go have fun. Like, you would never see me downtown on a Saturday night. But with her, the last 2 weekends, we party.
We didn't party. We did
no,
not
I already
party.
know who you are. You didn't party.
Water.
Water. Yeah, water only. Yeah, of course.
Comedy
but
shows.
But it's
not
fun.
partying.
I mean,
but
you
yeah.
wouldn't see me go. I mean, the only comedy I listened to was Kevin Hart. Cause, I mean, that's what I grew up on. However, like hanging out with you guys, I've learned to just be open to anything.
Yeah.
You know, any type of.
Did you ever think you'd be sitting there in front of like Margaret Cho?
No.
That was.
And I was in the back like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. I was behind the camera. I'm like, wow, this is really.
We appreciate you because you saved the day on us there.
Oh yeah.
It was fun.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
we appreciate you.
I was ready.
We're so glad that you did come on board and help us out. And
We're so lucky to have you.
I'm glad I came.
But this is like your employee appreciation, so like get over it the rest of
Yeah.
the year, okay? And then we'll remember it's the end of teacher appreciation week next year. We have to do this again.
Yeah, that's true.
That's hilarious.
We'll bring you like a gift bag or something.
Oh, thanks.
We can give her her cup to take home.
Oh, you can have the cup.
Oh wow! That's so
Just
special.
kidding.
No, but in all seriousness, we are very lucky to have you, and I'm really glad we have you to run social media because it's nice to every now and then get a pop up from Instagram like somebody liked your post. I'm like, well, I didn't post anything, and then I get on there, I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And majority of the time, Victoria has found something.
Yes.
And then you're really good at finding things to tie in on Facebook too.
Yes.
So I really just everything you do, I really do appreciate.
Yes, I love being part of this team. It's great.
Well,
yeah.
thank you. We appreciate you. If you guys want to be on our podcast, you can reach out to us on our Facebook page. It's on our Facebook page or on our website. It's www.laughs.life, and there's a contact me page.
And you can also follow us on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
This has been Gaze of Our Lives. Make sure to check out the Gaze online at www.laughs.life.